ebbs and flows of hockey, and that still has to be fun to coach it.
Incredibly fun to be in as an atmosphere. I was here as an NHL scout. This was one of my primary teams, the Sabres, when I worked for the Maple Leafs, and I got stuck in that parking lot a couple times as the only scout to stay to the end of the game. Most scouts leave with 3-4 minutes left so they don't have to fight the traffic on exit, and it was because of the passion and energy in the building. Just as a hockey fan, I couldn't leave, and tonight you felt the passion, and our players did, from before the drop of the puck, even as the introductions were going and the anthems were going. So really special night, I think, for anybody in the building to see what the collective energy and passion for hockey.
What was it like seeing Dowling all night, a 5-point game, and just the way he was, so dominant with the puck at times?
He was a force. I don't know, was it NHL, vote NHL All-Star.com or whatever it is, but there should be some clicks tonight because that was a special night by him. To watch that unfold was impressive, and I also thought Owen Power was incredible tonight. I thought both goaltenders each way. It could have been a 9-8 game. I thought both goaltenders were really, really good and challenged quite a bit tonight. And Middlestead had a great night. Olofsson had a great night. So lots to be excited about. But
what does it say about your team? Boston, Washington, this game, you won them all in overtime, but you also got the tying goal in all of them to get it to overtime.
Well, I told the team afterwards, this is much, much different than Washington coming back. We lost the lead and came back in Washington. I think we did exactly the same in Boston, or the same happened, I should say, in Boston. But when this happens at home, it's completely different. You have 19,000 people you might send home disappointing. And if you think that doesn't affect you in the psyche of you as a team, as individuals, it's a load to handle. And our guys just, the way they handled that, it didn't affect them in any negative manner. They were dialed in and believed in their ability to come back, tie the game, and believe that they never lost their belief that they could win it. Again, you get in those situations. I know anybody watching the game in the building at home, you lose and you blow a lead, you get extremely disappointed and emotions just start gushing. And that, you can't allow that to happen. So going through these things, to not allow emotions to dial in on what you can do and not feel vulnerable. Because let's face it, most teams you watch feel extremely vulnerable, and our guys are doing a great job to not, and they're seeing what they can do and what they can accomplish and staying very focused on that instead of the negatives of it.
When you hear Darlene,
We've seen Victor have some highs and lows this year. Just what was the difference in tonight?
He's working. He's finding ways to add to his game, to be better. He takes it very, very seriously. He asks to watch film. He's very proactive, with the coaching staff and with coaches. He's a guy I can tell you that I could shift him to any line, and the two other line mates that I shift him to will be happy to have Vic on his line because they see the effort, they see the skill. I don't think there's any question Peyton Krebs was waiting and waiting and waiting, knowing that it was Victor Olofsson that was going to be shooting that puck. So he just how he does things behind the scenes here, he gets a lot of respect from his teammates, and he does things the right way. He works.
when you hear Rasmus, he was just talking about his last shift. He goes, I was spent. He goes, I was looking to get off. He goes, and then I look up, I had to play defense. So I had to.
Yeah.
So my team needed me to play
That's where
defense.
sorry to cut in there, but that's where you see his compete. There's work ethic, and at this level, everybody works hard. But then to just absolutely not accept losing a battle And we've seen that out of him get extremely frustrated upon anything that's perceived a failure or a negative, and he just the juices flow even more. And so I'm sure there was a shot of adrenaline through him at that moment, feeling, hey, I might feel exhausted, but that's an excuse. I gotta get a job done here. So, and he's identifying better with how to get a job done, positionally, technically, learning his position, learning the league, and we've seen that as Sabres fans and us in our positions have seen the growth in him in just game knowledge, how to shut down, and it was all on display there.
What's the feeling watching in overtime? Period, like that.
It was, as a coach, obviously you're managing your bench, you're looking at fatigue levels of Tuck and Thompson and the rest of the guys, obviously. But you can enjoy it. You're with these guys every day. You've done this over and over on the coaching side, and you have a staff that you have. You can find some enjoyment in there, and it was enjoyable, down the stretch and through the game tonight.
You guys have been talking about earning the trust from the fans for 2 years now, and you get the earn it sign. Is it rewarding when you have a crowd like tonight? And you hear a crowd like that?
It's incredible when you have a crowd like that tonight, and it's more than a crowd. You could feel the passion in that building, and I think all of us could, even again before the puck dropped. You could feel the passion. So, the nights like this are opportunities to make memories for hockey fans, for hockey people, and the MVP chant. I think it was an MVP chant, was it not? And the guys on the bench loved it. Got a smile out of it. So that's engagement between the fans and our players, and they feel that, and there's nothing that makes them more proud to know that their work and what they work for and care about working for is seen and felt. So that was a pretty neat moment, I think, for all of the guys on the bench to have an unequivocally know that, okay, here's 19,000 people engaging in the fact that Tage is having such an incredible season, but he's where he is within his peers in the league, and so that was a very neat moment for all of us.
At the beginning of the week, you mentioned that it didn't feel like hockey mattered in the moment with everything that was going on. Tonight, did it feel good that it felt like hockey mattered? Again, all the good news all week, and then to finish off the week like this after how it started.
Yeah, I think that's a great question, because that could have went under the radar. Absolutely, it did feel that way. It felt that way for our guys. There was lots of relief, knowing how things are turning positive, and so it's there's it was a tough few days, I think, for lots of guys, or all the guys in that room. You do feel like hockey's insignificant when there's events like that, and I'm sure there's some guilt to it as well. But tonight, again, even from the start of the game, it felt different. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.